Wow, this is crazy that 40 journalists have been killed in Gaza since October 7th. You'd think uh, groups would be more adamant in trying to keep these people from being killed so that they can report on the war.
The bodies of journalists Saad al-Tawil and Mohammed Abu Rizq, surrounded by colleagues before burial in Gaza. Their press gear and insignia didn't protect them from Israeli strikes. By the time they fell on October 10, just 3 days after the war began, already 7 local journalists had been killed. According to the Committee to Protect Journalists, the war on Gaza has quickly become the deadliest conflict for journalists since the 1990s. On average, more than 1 journalist has been killed every day since October 7. The CPJ reports that nearly 40 have now lost their lives at the hands of the Israeli forces since the war began. They've been killed by airstrikes, artillery shelling, or being shot. As non-combatants,
Wait, so even the IDF military is like intentionally shooting because that is definitely a war crime. But we do know that the Israeli government isn't um isn't against taking out journalists. They've done it before.
journalists are protected under Article 79 of the Geneva Convention, and all parties to the conflict have a duty to protect them. But Palestinian journalists say they are undaunted. Hours after Al Jazeera journalist Wael Dahdouh lost his wife, son, daughter and a grandson in an Israeli raid, he returned to the battlefield to report. Over the decades, scores of Palestinian journalists have died covering the conflict, including Al Jazeera's own Shireen Abu Akleh. Palestinians believe Israel has constantly been trying to mute and stifle their voice. But its dominance in the world of information can still be challenged, even by young Palestinian social media influencers such as 16-year-old Aboud.
This is my own Abu's studio. No one can take my studio. This studio was my starting point, and my end will be here. Oh no, we're here to stay.
Aboud's daily war diary from a Gaza rooftop amid bombardment gained him huge sympathy and fame in the region. His young generation, as well as the more professional journalists, are braving bullets and bombs in Gaza and the West Bank to convey the Palestinian story to the world. Mohammed Val, Al Jazeera.